Hey guys, welcome back to Let's Play Star Ocean. Last time we went down Ashley's path and figured out what we could do with that. This time we are back to our party before picking up Ashley. And now we're going to take the other method of proceeding from here. Now, if you have CS at this point, you can't recruit Ashley. I didn't go over this before, but you cannot recruit both of them, only one per party. Just make sure you're moving out of the way of that person there. I don't want to get in their way. On top of that, there is a way of recruiting Ashley and then taking Astral Cave, the method we're going to go this time. And that method entails going over here after talking to Ashley, talking to him here, getting on the boat, going over to Astral Castle, and then, since you're at the port, taking the boat instantly back, going over in this direction, and take this exit from the cave, or from the city, which leads to a very familiar scene. These are those guards from before that we saw get slaughtered. Quit while I'm ahead. Well, we're kind of adventurers, and, well, I don't have CS. If I did, then we'd be drunks, but apparently we're not so much drunks right now. Yeah, so this is the other method of going through this way. If you have CS, I believe you can come through Astral Cave if you choose to. Actually, I don't think it really matters. Pretty much whoever you have, you can go through Astral Cave. One other thing of note is, these guys are weak to fire, by the way. I mentioned that before, is if you are having trouble with area getting through the battle arena there, then just come in here and level her up a little bit, and you shouldn't have too many more problems if you gain a few levels. I just learned Twin Slash there. I kind of went over this before in Ashley's path there. But yeah, I don't like to use it quite yet because, one, there's still enemies weak to fire, and two, it uses up almost double the amount of MP, and I'm going to run short on MP as is. So, I'm going to kind of leave that one out for now. Now, this cave is somewhat confusing, mainly just because there's lots of stuff to do. I don't think there's anything up here ever. I just kind of confused at why there's a hole in the cave. This is the most difficult battle in this entire area because these guys, as you can see there with their swords, hurt like a son of a bitch. And some of them seemingly are more powerful than others. As you see here, I did 1,000 damage to one and he died in one hit, and I did 1,500 damage to another and he didn't die. Yeah, I kind of got slaughtered here. So basically, the way that I take this dungeon is run into a battle with them, run back, and heal. Because if you try and heal with potions, or, well, I guess blueberries and blackberries every time, you're gonna be, you know, out of stuff very shortly. And fast forward through that. So yeah, that's kind of the downside of this area. It is a massive difficulty spike, specifically with two characters. If you have three, it's a little easier. But yeah, you didn't really see me struggling too much with the enemies when I had three characters. Now, still low level, and I have two characters. Oh yeah, it's gonna be bad. I'm gonna have to gain at least 2 or 3 more levels before I can safely get from one end of this area to another without wasting through all of my healing items. In that last battle, we finally learned something new for area there, which is the Chi-Kung Kick, which is much better than the Shooting Star in my opinion, and that's going to be her new go-to tech there on the other side. Hopefully she'll use that a decent amount. Now, we're back in here and running into more battles. This battle I don't have a problem with because I have fire, and fire hurts. Now, when you take this path, you aren't privy to the same the same rewards, let's put it that way, as you are the other path that we took. Nothing on there. Go over to this side. And it's kind of unfortunate because the rewards on the other side are quite good, from the sword +1 that you get from that boss fight to the the Lunar Talisman, and what else did we get? And the Cinderella Vial that we got as reward for completing that quest. There's nothing on this side, so let's go over here. So unfortunately, we're not going to get any of that on this path. The scene does play out quite differently, and that's one of the main reasons why I wanted to show off the other path. I don't want to go and run through and do complete playthroughs to show every little variation, because I would get bored, and I'm sure you would get bored too. Now, here we have some treasure down this way, and more battles, of course. At this point in the game, there really isn't a lot of point in cutting out a lot of these battles, because as you can see, they go by quite quickly. Later on, battles will start to take long enough that I might start to edit them out, but like Breath of Death, this game really kind of relies on its battle system. That's where a lot of the intrigue comes from, because the storyline, well, decent, is not super special by any stretch of the imagination, and that hurt a lot. Yeah, you can see how these guys can kind of really destroy your party if, say, all of your characters are bunched up and all of the knights are bunched up. They will start to do a lot of damage. Now, let's take a look. Okay, let's run into a battle first. That could work too. Yeah, they can stun you with their attacks, just like most others. Yeah, see, that tech she just used was Chi Kung Kick, which is quite a bit better than the Shooting Star. Not only does it have more range, but it's a little more powerful as well, and I think you can get 2 hits out of it. Now, unfortunately, I don't have any way of kind of deciphering where these items are. I just had to come up here and try to find them. This is what I was talking about a couple of episodes ago when we were using when I went back to pick up the pickaxe. Now, I hadn't found any of these items that are in these crystals prior to getting this and trying it out an hour ago. But yeah, unfortunately, I'm just going to rearrange my party here. Unfortunately, it's kind of difficult to find, and a lot of the items that you get from the pickaxe in this particular dungeon are basically useless and stuff that you could buy at the store anyway. There are areas that do have useful ones, but so far all we're getting are sapphires. Sapphires we can buy. Blueberries are nice. There's an area down there, but no treasure. So we'll just keep going back the way we came. Oh crap. Now, the best way ouchie, this is gonna hurt. And she just died. You know what? I'll just beat you back at the start of this cave, because I'm gonna have to go back and heal again. Okay, we're back, and again, we're running into mandrakes at the start of this area every single time I've been in here today. Jesus Christ. Wow. And of course she got poisoned. Yeah, the mandrakes can poison you. I don't think I've mentioned that, but yeah. Not a lot to worry about, because there's not a lot of damage you suffer from it, but, you know, we have aqua berries. They heal a little bit of HP, get rid of poison, so that's nice. Now, what does this say? Danger ahead. Unfortunately, I can't make a Batman reference with loses ahead, but oh well. Anyone who doesn't know what I'm talking about, go back and watch the first episode of the Batman animated series from the 90s featuring the Riddler. It's a good watch. I believe, if I recall correctly, it's called If You're So Smart, Why Aren't You Rich? I believe. Yeah, pretty sure. Okay, save point, and door that does not open. So, we gotta find a way of opening said door. Well, I'm just kind of mumbling around and running through here. I figure I might as well talk about this. I was doing my testing earlier today. Pretty much, I'd already done a treasure list of finding all these things. Whoa, spectacles. Yay. They're worth 10 fall. Why am I getting them? Anyway. And mainly what I was doing was I was finding where those gems are in the cave, on which crystals or whatever you can get them from. And yeah, quite unfortunately, while I was doing that, I got a loud knock at the window, and I open the window and I look outside and get summoned outside. And The neighbor's house 2 doors down was in flames. You know, flip this switch and it will open that door. Yeah, it's kind of an odd thing. A day off and sitting at home and doing as little as possible. This door is locked, by the way, and cannot be opened from this side. And yeah, the neighbor's house is in flames. It was rather shocking. Don't get a lot of you know, house fires around here. A lot of forest fires in the Okanagan Valley, but house fires not so much, especially not so close to home. It was kind of unsettling. Anyway, if we take this path, we can head down here. It was kind of weird because if you look outside while all of this was going on, you saw pretty much the entire contents of the neighborhood loading into the street to watch what was going on. And here we're getting mandrakes, which I'm probably close to maxed on by now. Let's see here. No, I only have 8 of them. Anyway, yeah, I gotta sell some stuff off screen, but, well, I'll show what I keep, I guess. Selling all that stuff on screen would take too much time. But yeah, there was definitely a lot of people. I know there's plenty of houses in this neighborhood, but you never see that many people from this neighborhood in one spot at once. Now, for the most part, I'm going to be using normal attacks because they knock the enemy back and they prevent me from taking extra damage from their own attacks. Here we get money. Money is always good. And that will repay the debt that I suffered from buying that pickaxe, considering all the items in here are useless that you can get with the pickaxe. Yeah, see her Chikung foot or kick or whatever it's called is it does hit twice, and it is quite a bit better, especially in terms of range, than the other ones. I believe down here there is nothing. Yeah, there's a crystal there, but we can't do anything with it. Now, specifically with these soldiers, if you try and use your shock sword on them and they start to run away, you're very likely going to get hit by their throwing sword technique. If you time it right, you can usually get it so that you can hit them as they're coming toward you, and then you'll probably one-shot them. Not always, but probably. A lot of the time you seem to. Here you get a level. Nice. Yeah, the experience increase in this area compared to outside is like double, so very nice. With 3 characters in here, it's a little harder to level up, but with 3 characters, you have a little more firepower at your arsenal, so you don't need to level up as much. But yeah, over here, you get a crystal, which again is completely useless. This is the point of no return. If you decided to go into this dungeon, say, just to level up before actually going anywhere, this is the point where this scene happens. Now, if you grab Ashley and come into the dungeon, this scene will happen at this point instead of on the boat, because actually, I think it happens on the boat. Yeah, whatever. Either way, the scene happens, and then you can go through the entire area with Ashley anyway, and then gain some levels for him, which will be quite helpful, especially when you have to do your backtracking with only 2 characters after that boss. But anyway, now we have an idea of who this, well, not an idea, we know who this is. This is not Fear, this is the evil doppelganger, succubi, whatever that name was. I think it was called a Darth Widow or something like that. Anyway, from these soldiers you get sabers. Now, eventually you will max out on sabers if you're battling around in here long enough. I already got 5 of them. They sell for, I think, about 150 full, so not a lot considering what we have, but considering you're going to get a whole bunch of them, you might as well go and sell them at some point. I do want to take the lower path here first. I will show you how to get back to that upper path, one that we kind of skipped over. There we go. Let's go down here, down to this door. Now there's 4 doors in this area. 1, 2, 3, 4. Take the bottom one on the left first. Here we get a fresh bottle, a saber, which we don't need, And a necklace, which again we don't need. Now, I want to reiterate that I don't have... There we go. I don't have a perfect treasure list for this game. The top one will lead to the same place as the bottom one, but the bottom one gives me another section to explore. I don't think any of these have anything in them. No. So yeah, the bottom one leads to that door down there. Like I said before, this I think has the most experience of any battle in this area, specifically if they get a chance to duplicate, which they almost always do. Yeah, almost 200 experience for the two of them. It's much better than anything else I've been getting. That upper door that we saw before leads right here. So yeah, there you go. Okay, we'll fight some bunnies, that works too. These bunnies are quite evil compared to the previous ones we fought who don't do any damage. Bunnies give 150 experience, they're not too bad. The mandrakes as well give a decent amount of experience, so those are the battles I'd rather fight. The soldiers, oddly enough, they, even though they're by far the hardest fight in here, they don't give that much experience considering how difficult they are. Yeah, I can't see how much that one was, but oh well. The mandrakes can also drop blueberries, so be aware of that because you'll probably want them at some point. There's a save point, which we don't need to use yet. And down here, I think this area is actually empty. I don't think there are any items down here. I was just testing these all out. Yeah, I don't think there's anything down here. Basically, you equip the pickaxe, press the A button on each of the spots, see if you get lucky. There we go. I got 200 and some for them. You can get more experience for the other battle with the little guys. See, this is where I was before. This is the area I passed up when I went down instead of over. I don't think there's anything in there. No. There's nothing up here. Yeah, see if I had used, see how the guy kind of ran away after my first attack? If you had chose to use Shock Sword there, it is very likely that he would have turned around and threw his boomerang at you. The game's AI knows to do that much. Anyway, so that's our other path that we don't need to know, but that's a better, faster method of backtracking should we need to do that. I'll be right back. Okay, we're back. Now, there's not too much more to deal with in here. Only this room. Now, this room is confusing as all hell the first time you get here. Here's a switch in the center and 4 directions. That one's closed off. This one is closed off. That one is closed off. Battle time. And after that battle, loading time. This one is not closed off. Now, pretty much anytime you see a door closed in this particular scene, you can't do anything. This is not actually a door for some reason. And go down here. Fight more enemies. I kind of like to let these guys split, but oh well. They didn't split that time. And if we go down here, we have no access to that door, access to this door, which leads to a room containing nothing. This door is locked, and we can get there from a different section of the cave, but there's no purpose. You can't go through these two doors at one time. Now, oddly enough, even though I was using the screen caps from the game as a map, they didn't identify this room. I don't know why. This one contains a claymore, which is a weapon for CS, which of course doesn't do me any good now, but yeah. I tend to deal with this fight because they do 0 damage in this way. Because one, that will make them split more because I didn't actually attack any of them. However, it wastes all of Iria's MP, which is kind of unfortunate. I don't think any of these give me anything. Nope. But anyway, the claymore doesn't really do anything for us. It's just, you know, something we can sell. But anyway, yeah. Why is this room so confusing? With one switch and two positions on the switch? Well, yeah, doesn't show it, but each time you press it, it reveals a different section of the area. Even though it has one visual image of up and one visual image of down, it has 4 different switches. Each time you hit it, it cycles through 4 different doors that it'll open. So yeah, kind of a pain in the ass. But we're going to deal with the rest of those in the next one because that's all my time. And yeah, I'll see you guys next time.